So how to actually do a good keynote speaking engagement. So I've done lots of stages in the last 6 years. If we're talking about affiliate world, if we're talking about smaller stages, bigger stages, I've had instances where there were no one in the audience almost, except from a bunch of my friends and other speakers, and I've had full house, crazy speaker like experience with thousands of people, and it's an amazing experience if you're able to do it. And if you're watching this video, then you probably want to get some tips. So some of the speaking engagements I've had, well, super bad, and I just wanted to get them over with, and some of them were so good I felt like an out of body experience kind of thing. So I've decided to do this video to actually help basically anyone that wants to go on stage, and just give them a few shortcuts of the stuff that I had to go through and learn everything. So the first tip that I absolutely think that you need to adapt is never look at notes. Basically, there is nothing that looks worse than a person that has to look at the notes. Just imagine I would do this video, and instead of looking at you, it would sound, it would look, and it would feel like I'm reading from something. So just imagine I would do like, yes, I was in affiliate world a lot of times, and it sounds bad. Okay, so you want to make sure that you are using the notes for in case you have a blackout. You're using the notes where you feel like you forgot a big portion of what you wanted to say, and you want to just extend, or just like you feel like you have lots of time if you have a timer in the monitor, and it shows you that you have more time. So that's number one. Basically, what I'm saying is that if you do not remember the idea that you're going to talk about by heart, and you can't talk about it just as if it's something that you live every day, then don't go on stage, honestly, because people are paying money, or they're spending time to listen to you as a professional speak about something. And if it sounds, or it's going to sound like something that you basically made as a high school presentation or something like that, it's just gonna be bad. You don't want to do that. You can use the notes for in a case where you want to move to the next topic and you don't remember, or just like as like bullet points to the next idea. That's okay. I'm doing it even now when I'm doing this video, but you don't want to sound like you're actually reading. You want to know what you're talking about. The next thing is, just remember, no one in the audience knows what the next thing that you're gonna say. The most time that I saw people are really pressured or getting like really anxiety on stage and like fear of the crowd and stuff like that is when some sort of like a glitch happens. They forgot something they wanted to say, they said it in the wrong order, something doesn't work with the clicker, the presentation is out of place or something like that. There are so many productions that are not professional, especially when you're starting out as a non-professional speaker. You just want to make sure that you just go with it. There's nothing that looks better than just like being authentic. So again, don't get inside your own head. No one knows what you're gonna say. It's probably a brand new presentation, so just like go with it. So that's the second thing. The third thing, and I think that's a really big one, has to do with the second thing that really makes other people anxious when they're on stage, and that's trying to kind of like engage with the audience. Okay, some people ask questions, some people basically try and make jokes and stuff like that, and there's no better way than really getting inside your own head when you're trying to make a joke. It sounds scripted, it sounds non-authentic, and no one laughs. Okay, so that brings me into the fourth idea that I wanted to talk about, which is understanding who the audience is. And again, if you understand who the audience is, you're not gonna make like a joke or something like that, because the audience is either geeky or it's too scared of doing something like that. So when you're like doing something that you've seen on Tony Robbins, like who in here does this, who runs Facebook ads, who does that, you're going to get like a very flat response usually, and that might affect the way that you're doing things because you're going to be at a very high level of energy. Just imagine yourself, you're sitting in the audience, you just want things to move. You want to get some information, you want to go out. Some people drank the night before, some people went out, some people just want to get the information and move forward. So I think the best way to do that is doing just like passing the information and doing a presentation like that. Again, different audiences, different stages, you can do different things. And throughout time, if you have a specific style and you see some audience that's chasing you, then they're coming for a certain thing. And I'm not saying don't try to be funny, but again, engaging with the audience is a very, very, I'd say, risky tactic unless you're completely secure in yourself and you know that the response is going to be flat. You can do that. But again, next thing, don't try and copy things. Like I've seen people try and copy Hermosi, when he did the value stacking thing. You're not gonna get that, but it's not gonna cost you money. But I can tell you right now if it's gonna cost money. Again, most of the audience, especially in the digital marketing space, have heard it. It's gonna sound not authentic. It's gonna sound scripted. It's gonna sound fake. Okay, so it's gonna make you look like a scammer. So you don't want to do that. Again, just going back to what I said, the biggest and final tip that I'm gonna leave you with is authenticity. Okay, so that's the thing that really attracts the most attention, especially when you have an intelligent audience. That's for sure something that has the biggest thing, because at the end of the day, you're on stage, everyone's gonna have some kind of thought. Oh, he's talking bullshit, this doesn't work, he's dressed like that, he looks like that, he just like misspelled his whatever, so again, you wanna, basically the way that it looks best is as if you're conversing with another person. You need to just imagine that you're doing that, and if you're gonna talk about some topic that you learned and that you're familiar with, at the end of the day, you're gonna have enough experience and enough self-confidence to make sure that it looks good. And also, you gotta understand, the second before you go on stage or an hour before you go on stage, there is a big difference between excitement and just like pressure. Pressure comes from the fact that you are not prepared. Excitement comes from a whole nother place, and that's okay to be excited. People don't expect you to be non-human. And those are my tips for you if you're going on stage, whether it's affiliate world or any other stage. Good luck. Thank you.